to talk about this. You want to talk about this, I should say. All right. This is a canceled show, and I don't have a lot to say, but this is something that you want to discuss.
Yeah,
So it
I'm up
says here
real quick.
ABC's Promised Land and Queens canceled after their first seasons. And it says here, and it's kind of hard to read, but neither show brought in the audience the parent company Disney had hoped for. All right, so it says these shows will not be returning for a second season. They announced that on Friday. Promised Land was a drama by Matt Lopez about a Latino family in Southern California's Sonoma Valley. Debuted to great acclaim, but mediocre ratings in January after 5 seasons. Out of there. All right, or five episodes. Okay, 5 episodes out of there. The next, it says, at the time of the move, they said, Promised Land is a beautifully executed and tremendously entertaining series of which everyone at our company is extremely proud. You know, it has a passionate audience that is very interested in this show, and those viewers will be able to stream all subsequent episodes exclusively on Hulu every Tuesday for the rest of the season. So they pulled it off, but it's still going to be on Hulu. People can go check it out. So that's nice of them. Okay. Sometimes shows don't even get that. They just get pulled in the middle. It's like, hey man, it was like 9 episodes. What was it called? The what's the one show I always talk about? My Own Worst Enemy. Remember that show with shoot man, Christian Slater, I think, right? Yeah, that thing got pulled after 9 episodes, and I love that show. I was like, this is a cool show. Got pulled after 9 episodes, done. Didn't resolve anything, done. Period. End of story. Nope. 9 episodes, and that's all we got. Okay, that was it. And then, I mean, but it happens, right? Then it says Queens boasted real-life stars Eve, Naturi Naughton, Brandy, and Nadine Velasquez of Major Crimes as 40-something hip-hop stars looking to reclaim their 90s swagger. It was executive produced by Sahir McGee, Sabrina Wynn, and Tim Story, who also directed the pilot episode. And yeah, it ended the season in February with the smallest ever audience, ranked last among viewers. So T, you wanted to talk about this. What do you got to say?
Yeah. You know, thank you for checking the box off. Set you up to fail. That's all this is. Same thing what we talked about last week with Batwoman and Legends of Tomorrow. Yep. You're trying to do too much, and people don't want it. You have check that box, D, because it's not going to last long. You know what I mean? You're not on the platforms that have this kind of audience. I understand you're trying to show just to a nationwide audience, but it just doesn't work. That hip hop, that's not the platform for that. You should have ran that on maybe that should have been VH1. VH1
what was that thing? You know, VH1 would have been smart. You know, that you're right. You're right. Yeah, that would have been
smart. VH1. That other one sounds really good, man. Like the Promised Land, I would have did that on some other station, dude. That would have been a great show for the CW to have something serious. You know what I mean? And not that satire funny, because the CW has gone towards that. They don't really do anything serious anymore. You know?
Yeah.
Like do something sad, like not a just that sounded like a cool premise. You know? And I'm not saying that Queens did, but it was just too much, man. Like, wait a minute, how are we gonna put some stereotypical show back on? Like, how does that move? Like, you're saying, oh, I respect me, but put images of me doing something ridiculous. You have to change the mindset of people. The audience doesn't connect to something, they just don't connect. And we haven't even talked. It might have just I didn't see that. It might have just been a bad show, bad writing. Like, I don't want to see this. People don't connect to that. You know what? Especially when they're not going to connect to that, and then they see on the news something else. You know what I mean? They can say, how is that? No, you've already ingrained something in my mind about people being one way, and now you're trying to tell me, hey, they've got hope. Nobody wants these hope sandwiches, man. And I take that from my boy Abdul. Nobody wants hope sandwiches, dude. They don't want, oh man, sprinkle this, something nice. The Powder Puff Girls, right? Sprinkle this, the dash of this, what you got.
Give me something real. Give me something real.
It's unreal, dude. You don't have the avenue for this anymore like you think you do. You
know, this would have worked great on like UPN back in the day. You know, this would have been a great show. Yeah. That would have worked really well. But
great show. Yeah. And they don't have to be. I got news for you, writers. You room full of writers. And I'm talking to you because I'm pissed at you. Get some people in the room who actually have a nice suggestion. We are other than rappers and entertainers. There's actually just show people. Show
Yeah.
people. Show me the show where you show somebody else being, oh man, everybody else is a freaking doctor. They're doing this. They're an accountant. They're an attorney. Why didn't you do something? I mean, you've done that. Don't get me wrong. But this is not, that's not respect, dude. And this is something you
I don't
guys
have
just,
interest in these films and these shows and stuff like that just because I feel like they're just throwing a stereotype at me and it's not real. You know what I mean? Like people know stereotypes, there's truth to them, but at the same time, like when I walk through my daily, every day meeting different people, talking to different people, it's like this isn't real. Like, what you're showing me doesn't now. At some points, entertainment is supposed to be
it's
escapism.
offensive.
It's
And why
supposed
did
to
you
be,
think
but
it's
it's
so
wait, but what I'm saying is, at some point, entertainment is supposed to be escapism. I'm supposed to escape into a fantasy world, but then you're like layering this fantasy world as if it's real, and that's where it gets offensive. Like, no, this isn't real. I don't buy it. I'm not buying what you're selling. And unfortunately, when you hit people with stereotype after stereotype after stereotype, then even these shows, which may actually be solid shows, like you said, we didn't watch them. I know I didn't watch it. So you threw this at me and said, "Hey, D, I got something to say." And but I agree with your point. Is that sometimes these targeted shows, if there's not strong, good storytelling and good writing behind it, and if they're just trying to say, "Hey, all right, there we go, we got the box check, there it is, right there, we did our job, whoop, whoop, got it." If it's not that, I don't care. I don't care. If all you're doing is checking boxes, I have checked out. And it looks like these things are getting canceled left and right. So you got to
and
start
these
telling good
are positive
stories.
images. Don't get me wrong. Don't mistake what I'm saying.
I'm all
These are
I'm all for it. Yeah, I'm all
positive
for it. It's
images,
positive image
but it
stuff.
doesn't play because the public is not dumb. The public
Yes.
knows when you're
Yes.
trying to pull the wool over them, and they're
When you're
saying,
trying to check
"I don't
boxes.
like this." You did that with Batwoman. Gone. You did that with Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow started off great, then you tried to pull the wool over. You don't respect the audience is going to go away. We have options and choices. Stop trying to play us. That's all I got to say here, D.
Yep, you're right about that. All right, folks, what do you think about it, man? Two shows probably has some steam, something good to say, but canceled after one season. And
Right.
maybe it's because it's just a little bit too much on the, the woke side or whatever. I'm not sure. But go ahead, drop down in the comments, give me your thoughts, your suggestions, and your opinions.